Okay. To recall our last session, we conducted, in the last session, we covered dashboard. Where I presented all of the elements of the dashboard. And then we covered the menu. Which covered the header menu, footer menu, and header burger menu. Correct. And now in today's session, we are going to cover the managed content, that is content management system for the website, from where you will be able to, the DGOTB admin will be able to do the management of the entire website. They can create the pages, they can edit the pages, they can create different categorization, they can upload all necessary documentations, they can do the adjustments for the FAQs, they can do the adjustments for the featuring. TGOTB team will be able to make adjustments for general orders, international agreements, native dishes, news and press release, notice, permits and license, reports, service, top officials, and trending and trended notices. So on the left-hand side panel, you'll be able to find out manage content. And in manage content, you will be able to find it out pages. When you click on pages, you'll land to a screen where you will be able to find it out a button on the left-hand side section, which will say create page. When you click on create page, it is going to consider it as a CMS page. So over here, you can provide a name of the CMS page. You can say, test during second demo. I have provided the name. Automatically, the URL is going to get generated. Over here, you'll be able to see the URL is automatically generated. By any chance, if the admin who is creating the page want to edit this, they can click on pencil sign and they can edit the URL. The URL is also known to be as an alias. So let's say as an example, currently the URL is test during second demo. I want to update it and I want to keep it. I want to add something to it where I'm going to add TGOTB and then we'll hit update. So the URL is going to get updated. Once the name has been provided, then I can do a selection of the categorization. There are multiple categorization. I'm going to show you how you can create this category once when we are into a category section. I'm going to add this to a first category, which is Family Island Admin Office. If you want to add any of the URL, you can add the URL. If I want to add any of the email ID, I can also add the email ID. Once the basic information has been provided, then you can also provide the secondary information, and then you can provide the additional phone number as well. Fax number. This is specifically for adding an agencies actually. Correct? Then once you have provided, I'm going to provide some basic, I've already provided my phone number. If I do have secondary phone number, I'm going to add my secondary phone number. If not, then that field is not necessary actually. If I do have a fax number, I can add the fax number. Again, it is not mandatory. If I do have secondary fax number, I can add the secondary fax number as well. Now, coming ahead with the core area for which is known to be as a body area. Okay, let me explain you what exactly the body area means. So let's say as an example, we are on the website and this top section is known to be as a header area. This entire top until the banner is known to be as a header area. And when we scroll down, this section is known to be as a footer area. For the home page, we are not allowing to make any of the changes, to make the changes through the Elementor. However, for any of the inner pages, the CMS pages which you're creating, we do have 100% of flexibility. This, anything below the banner is known to be as a body area, correct? So when it comes to the Elementor, you can click on add elements. And when you click on add elements, there are predefined elements through which you can create the page, correct? So the first category, which you see, that is all, which includes all the elements. First one, that is accordion block. Accordion is something which divides the section, creates the entire section, and then you can add the information to the accordion section itself. Let's say an example, you want to add a line. You can use this particular element and add a line before any of the section you are creating. Add rows. Add rows will allow you to add a row in before or after any of the sections. Add space. Let's say an example. We do have predefined style sheet associated on the page. However, if you think that, no, I want to go ahead and add more space after one particular section, then you can use this particular element to add empty space below or above any of the sections. Address block. This will allow you to add the address block if it is required on any of the page. Alert notification. If you want to add the alert notification on a specific page, you can add the alert notifications. All agencies. Once you use this element, all of the agency details are going to be, the names of all the agencies are going to be listed on the page itself. All budget release. You can, once when you use this particular element, all the budget press releases are going to be displayed over there. There are predefined styles associated to each and every element. So when you add any of the element, you don't need to be worried about the design. The design is going to be adjusted automatically because our development team has already made necessary adjustments through the help of the CSS. All documents. This allows you to select all of the documents. It allows you to provide a description. It allows, sorry, I clicked it, but I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna deep dive into each and every section's later stage. This allows you to add the document if you want to get it displayed on a particular page. FAQs. Let's say as an example, you also want to add an element for the FAQs on any of the page. You can also add the FAQs as well. All featuring. We do have featuring section on the home page. If you want to add the featuring section on any of the inner pages or the new pages which we are creating, we have provided 100% of flexibility. You can add all the featuring items on any of the page as well. All general orders. If you want to add in all the general orders, the data entry which we are doing it in the general orders, you can get it associated to any of the pages on the website as well. Moving ahead with the next, all international agreements. So again, once again, I'll repeat the same thing that, let's say as an example, when I add all international agreements, that doesn't mean that it's gonna occupy the entire space of the page. However, there is a specific design where it shows in 3 columns or 3 rows, and then you can scroll it and view more information about any of the sections. All native dishes. By any chance, if I want to utilize this particular element, I can use this element and design the page according to my requirement. So here there are multiple elements. We are going to go deep dive into each and every elements one by one. But before I go ahead and do that, let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and add some sections on the page so that you'll be able to get an idea what exactly I'm talking about. This is not a CMS page. This is more towards an agency. So we are just providing an information for the agency over here. But when we are going to do a simple content page, at that stage, I will add the elements and I will do the presentation, how you can do the adjustments, how you can add the elements and all that aspects. Correct. So well, let's complete the agency details first, and then we'll go ahead and do the CMS page itself. Now, let's say I want to add an image. I can click over here. I can upload the image from my own computer if I want to. Let's say as an example, if I have utilized the image which I want, if I have uploaded the image in the past and I want to reutilize it, I can go to my uploads and I can use the images which I have uploaded in the past as well. Here, we are only showing some of the images over here. By any chance, if I want to see more images which I would have uploaded in the past, I can click on load more images and I'll be able to see more images as well. Moving ahead with the next, that is recent upload. Recent uploads. So let's say an example, if you would have done any of the recent uploads on the website, then all of that recent uploads, images, documents will be able to see it on this particular section itself. Trash. Again, let's say as an example, if you would have uploaded anything by mistake and you want to move that into trash, in that situation, let's say you have deleted it, but you think that, okay, I want to reutilize it. You can select the image and restore it. Once you restore it, you can reutilize it on the website itself. Correct. So this is all about uploading the media. Moving ahead with the next section. Okay. So when you're creating a page, you're creating an agency information, or you're adding some information which you want to display it on the website. You can add, you started creating a page before time and you don't want to publish it today itself. You're the default date, it is automatically going to consider today's date. But let's say an example, you're creating a page which is for a future aspect, which is for future date. So you can do a selection of a particular date. Additionally, you can also do a selection of. So on that particular date and time, the new page which you are creating will get published in the front end of the website. So you don't have to remind, or you don't have to set any reminders. Once you have created the page, once you have saved everything, all necessary updates are completed, you have saved it, you have also specified the date that on 11th of October at 7:40 p.m. this page needs to get published. Automatically, that page is going to publish in the front end of the website. Correct. So this is all about the start time. Now, additionally, we are allowing the admin to add start time. We are also allowing the admin to set an expiration date as well. If you're creating a page that doesn't have an expiration date, you can keep it blank. But let's say as an example, if you're creating a page that is for a marketing aspect, in that scenario, you can set an expiration date. The page is going to get disabled, but it's not going to get deleted. So in future, if you come back and you want to reuse that page, then you can reuse that page at any given point of time. Sorry. Moving ahead with the next option, that is publish, unpublish. So you are creating a page, but you don't want to get this page published right away. In that scenario, you can click on unpublish, because there could be a situation that you have a basic information about the page, So on basis of the basic information, you have created the page, but still there are different departments which needs to provide the information. So you can add the information, what you have it with you handy, and then keep it unpublished. Again, come back to the admin panel, edit that page, add necessary information again, and then go ahead and get it published on the front end of the website. Option that is SEO. Okay. When we are creating the Power Panel, our development has been done in a way where all necessary on-page SEO activities are being taken care of. However, let's say you are running a specific marketing campaign and the SEO team provides you an appropriate SEO information, a specific SEO information. So in that case, what happens that is there are two options. One, you can automatically generate the SEO information. The second one, that is you can manually add the meta title and meta description. Once all this information has been provided, then we do have save as draft, save and exit, save and keep editing, save with other website. Okay, so save with other website is a specific menu which was being added on a special demand. I'm going to explain this once I start explaining. Cancel is self-explanatory. You can simply cancel all of the edits what you have made. Okay, so the first option, which is save as draft, this allows you to save your changes, but it is going to keep the page unpublished. So in the front end, the user will not be able to see the page until and unless you publish it in the front end. Save and exit. Save and exit, that means it's going to consider the status, what you have specified it over here, publish, unpublished. So if you have kept it published, then the page is going to start displaying in the front end based on the date selection you would have done. If you would have kept it unpublished, then in that scenario, the page is going to be unpublished and will not be displayed in the front end of the site, and simply you'll land to the listing page again. Save and keep editing. All the status will remain same, what you have selected, what information you have added to the page, but it will save all of your changes and will keep you on the same page itself. Now you're creating this page for a agency website, and you also want to save this with an agency website. So in that scenario, what we have done over here is in this particular scenario, when you click on save with other website, here you'll be able to find it out the tenancy website, that is the agency website. You can do a selection. Let's say you can do multiple website selection as well, or you can do single selection as well. Once the selection has been done and you click it on save, then this particular page which we are creating will get published on the master website as well as the agency website as well. Correct. So this was a basic information about creating any of the basic page. Now I'm going to go through a CMS page, specifically a CMS page. So we are going to go step by step each and every sections, but I want to show you how the elements work. Correct. So now I have done a selection of CMS page, and then I'm going to click on create page. CMS is a simple content pages actually. So over here, I can specify the title, that is test during second demo. Again, the same situation where the URL, the slug, is generated automatically. If you want to edit the slug, you can always edit the slug, Once you have updated the slug or alias, it's known to be as URL, it's known to be as slug, it's known to be as alias. Correct. So if you want to update this, make necessary adjustments and then click on update. Once you click on update, the details over here gets updated. Now you're creating this page, but for which module you are creating it? You're creating it for agencies. You're creating it for budget press release. You're creating it for categories. You're creating it, or you're simply creating it as a CMS page. Then there are documents, events, FAQs, featuring general orders, international agreements, native dishes. So there are multiple different options over here in regards to modules. But currently, we are just simply creating a CMS page right now. So I'm going to do a selection of CMS. Once the CMS has been selected, then I want to design this page according to my requirement. So I want to add the first option, what I want to add, that is an FAQs. So when I'll click on FAQs, the caption is all FAQs. I can change TGOTB FAQs. Then for which categorization I want to show all of this FAQs. I want to show it for budget preparations or a general one. So I'm going to do a selection for general. Then we do have a selection of the layout where it is selected layout or a full list view, correct? So I'm going to do a selection of full list view. When I'll do a selection of full list view, then I can specify the start date and end date. The page start date and end date is different compared to the element start date and end date. The page will be active till the time you have, I mean to say, you have not set any of the expiration date, but from a page, you can still go ahead and hide some of the elements based on the dates as well. So I'm going to select 26th for today's date. I'm not going to do any selection of the end date. There is an option for limit. I'm not going to set any of the limit, but by any chance, if I want to set any limits, I can always go ahead and set a limits. Extra class. Okay, so the person who is familiar about the design elements, they can add some extra class over here where if they want to add any sort of padding, if they want to adjust the content or any minor adjustments are required, then the extra class can be added according to the admin's requirement. Once all this basic information has been provided, simply click on add. One element has been added over here. Now I want to add multiple elements. So again, I can click on the plus sign over here. When I'll click on plus sign, I do have the categorization at the top. So the first one, that is all, which shows me all of the elements. I want to do a selection from a block, which is, there's nothing but a category. I have done a selection for a block, and then I'm going to find it out how many blocks are available. Now I want to do a section title. I want to provide a title. So I'm going to provide a title that is test demo second created file demo. Okay. Then we do have multiple tags, H1, H2, H3, H4, H6. Now, this all tags do have their own style associated to it. So based on the selection, it is going to append the class. Additionally, we have again provided an option to add extra class if required. If not, then you can simply click on add. So when immediately I clicked on add, there are two elements which are already been added over here itself. Now again, I still want to go ahead and add additional more information. I want to add a text block. So over here, just give me a minute. I'm going to grab some content. So over here, I want to add a content, and we have provided a CK editor over here. So let's say as an example, if I want to make anything bold, or let's say italic, I can do necessary adjustments. If I want to add a link to the content, I can add the link. So this editor is very simple editor. Anyone who is aware about editor will be able to make adjustments through the help of the editor. But you cannot go ahead and add the images. Yes, you can insert the images, but you cannot go ahead and upload the images through this particular feature. Now, when you click on add, the content block has been added. Now I have added, okay, so let's come down to the block. I'll show you how many blocks are available. Accordion block, space, where I explained you what exactly the space is. Address block will add the address. Button, if I want to add any of the button, let's say as an example, below the content, I want to add a button, and I want to get it linked to any of the internal or external section of the website. So I can do a selection of button, and then I can specify the title. So I have provided the name for the title, that is TGOTB. Select target. Okay, so when any of the user clicks on this button, do you want the user to have that page open in same window, or do you want to have the user to open in a new window? I'm going to do a selection of new window, so that I just don't want the user to move from the website to another area. Do you want to link it internally, or do you want to link it externally? If I'm going to do a selection externally, I'll need to provide the URL. If I want to do it internally, then I will have a list of all the internal sections. I want to get this link to the blog. So I've done a selection of a blog. Do I want to do a, do I want to, it is going to ask me a question saying that which particular blog do you want to get it associated to? Currently, we don't have any records in the blog, so it's not showing any of the list over here. Once when we have the data over here, it's gonna show the list, all of the list of items over here itself. Let's try to go ahead and select the team. Correct. So in the team, you have multiple team members. So this is how exactly it's also going to show you the blog as well. Correct. So I can do the selection of any of the particular team member. Again, if I want to add any of the extra class, I can add the extra class if required. Orientation. Do I want to keep the button far left? Do I want to keep the button far right? Or do I want to keep the button in the center? So I'm going to do a selection for center and then click on add. So this is the way how we add the pages. See, there is a lot of the information. So I'm going to stop for a few minutes over here, and I'm going to try and ask if any of the members do have any of the questions in regards to what I have explained right now, so that it doesn't happen that I keep on continuing with different elements and your question is not clear actually.
Okay, thanks. I got just two questions, and we get some more coming in just shortly after. One of the questions is that what is the difference between save as draft versus save unpublished?
Okay, so save as draft is, let's say as an example, if you have done a selection over here, if you have done a selection of publish or unpublish, correct? So let's say I have done a selection over here, publish, but over here, I click it save as draft. Then this page is not going to get published. It is automatically going to update the status, which is unpublished.
Okay. And another question is, what will cause a text block not to be added to the page module or the page itself?
It's gonna show a blank page. It's only going to have the header and the footer, nothing other than that.
Okay. I've tried recently to add, let's just say, a text block module to
Mm-hmm.
a page,
Mm-hmm.
and once I clicked on add, I
Mm-hmm.
got a message indicating cannot be inserted.
Mm-hmm.
What caused that to happen?
I will need to see what exactly you would have done because I've already added the text blog over here, and it allowed me to add the text blog as well. So I'll need to see how exactly you're adding it or which section you're going and how you're adding it so that I'll be able to get better idea of what changes you are been making.
Okay, we have another question. Just 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, can you add an element within an element? For example, I see you have an element that speaks to rows. So, what if I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to put a button element in each one of the rows that I created? Is that possible?
That's possible. So it's
Okay.
it's like you cannot add multiple elements. When you add a row, correct? Then in a row, you can add the information in the row. But once you have added a row, then you cannot go ahead and insert an additional element in the row.
Okay. So I can't say, okay, put a button in each row. That was added.
No, that's not possible actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another question.
Mhm.
Is it possible to show us or demonstrate to us a page itself that is right now? Just to say, you could look at one of the news items or page itself that's already in existence, and
Mhm.
just walk us through that page itself on from the back end.
Yeah, of course, yes. Why not?
Yeah, how it was created, basically.
Yeah. So this page, what I'm doing it right now, I'm gonna save this page actually. Correct. What I have been creating this page, I'm gonna save this page for our training purpose, and then again we are going to go and review one of the existing page, and I'll show you that as well. So let's complete the one page what I'm adding it right now, and then we'll go ahead with the existing page, and I'll make edits over there, and I'll show you how exactly it works. Is that
Okay.
fine?
Yes, that's fine. Thanks.
Perfect. Any other questions? Okay, should I move ahead?
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay, so in this particular page, I have added four elements. One that is the FAQs, the second one that is the title, the third one that is text, and the fourth one that is button. Once I'm done with all of these adjustments, publish date, end date. Publish date allow me to do a publish right away, and it also allows me to add a time as well. Correct. So I'm not gonna make any of the changes to the date and time because I want to see this page right away. Now I don't want to set any of the end dates because I'm creating a page which is going to be permanent on the website. Is it a landing page? Yes or no? Page layout, body, or it's a full? Show sidebar. Do you want to show a sidebar? Yes or no? Search ranking. Okay. What this search ranking stands for? High, medium, and low. Based on this information, it is going to add necessary meta information on the page. And when the bot tries to search, I mean, crawls the website, it gives an appropriate information to the bot saying that compared to any other pages which are on the website, this page needs to give a higher ranking compared to any other pages on the website. Correct? But let me explain you. This is something which is not immediately going to increase your ranking on the Google. But when the bots, what are bots? That is, there are multiple different bots. Bots are known to be as a crawlers. They come to the website, they crawl the website, they read the information. And once they read the information, based on the information what you have added, it provides a ranking to your page. So that is the reason why we have provided the ranking hierarchy over here itself. Visible public, is it private, or it is password protected? If I'm creating a simple CMS page, then yes, I'm always going to keep it public. But let's say as an example, you're creating a page, but that page is for a specific members. Then you can do a selection of private or a password protected. Publish, unpublish. Publish, unpublish is self-explanatory. If I want to publish this page right away, I'll do a selection of publish. If I don't want to publish this page right away, I'm still pending to work onto it. It's gonna unpublish. You can do a selection of unpublish. Then again, coming ahead with the SEO information. We have a feature of auto-generating the SEO information, meta title and meta description. So I just simply clicked on auto-generate and the information has been generated automatically based on the information what I have provided at the top. Now, save as draft, save as exit, save and keep editing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on save and keep editing, where it's going to keep me on the same page over here itself. But now if I want to review this page, I can simply click over here and just give me a minute. I think so there is a time variation. Okay. So over here, yes, we are not able to see the information properly. Why? Because the reason we don't have appropriate information in appropriate module as well. Correct. So the reason we are not able to see the information over here in the FAQs, we might not have the data for the FAQs category which I have selected. So the reason it's showing me that no records found. The content, the title, what I added over here, the title has been displayed over here. The content which I have added over here is being displayed over here. Now over here, I see that, okay, there is no space between the button and the text. So I can go back over here and I can add one more element, that is add space, correct? And then there is a different space. So I'm going to select space 10. Once when I click add, then I can simply drag it at the top. And then I'm going to click on save and keep editing. Now I can click on refresh. So over here, the space has been added. If I still think that, okay, I still want to go ahead and add some more space onto it, I can again come back over here. I can edit this and I can update it and then save and keep editing. So the more space has been added over here itself. So currently what I have done is I have just simply created a basic page, correct? And this gives you an idea. So now for a few minutes, again, I'm going to hand it over to Nirmal, who is going to show you the existing page, who is going to present you the existing page and will do necessary edits to the existing page. And then again, we will have a question session. Over to you, Nirmal. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, yes. Okay. So let me share my screen. Let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Okay, we can see your page. We just have a quick question. Just 1 minute, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, you can carry on. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. So as we need to move with the news sections, right? So we are going to edit the news and press releases page, right? So for that, we have already listed all of the news press releases that are already present on the website at the moment. So as we can see, we have around 194 results and all of them are listed over here. And on the front end website, here on the press sections, we'll be able to see all of the news 194 that are present on the power panel. Moving ahead with editing a first record, which is already pre-populated with the data. So you see the pencil icon, click on that and you will be able to land on the news section. So as Yes explained, the fields will be almost kind of similar for all modules, whether it is a press release, whether it is CMS page, agencies or native DCs or any other modules that are present on the power panel. So just there will be a minor field difference over here. So as we can see, the title is for the news title and the URL alias, the slug all remains same. That will be auto generated and we can always go in and edit this. The source name. So that is basically a text input in which we'll be able to write down the source of this news. Moving forward with the publish date. So this is a news actually when it went live on the website or that when the event or something that is happened. So publish date. The type of the news, whether it is a press release, feature story, or any other that we add upon on the power panel. And author is the Bahamas Informator Service. So as we have already seen the content that is with the Visual Composer. So we already see a component here for already added for the content. And if we want to add any new component, we can always go in and select appropriate one and add the information that whatever we need. Okay. Again, going forward with the images sections, because on the news, we have a detail page in which we can go in and we have a multiple images over here, right? So all of these images are here only. We can see actually, okay, State Minister Fabric. Okay, let me open this particular link only. Yeah. So all of the images that we have uploaded from the power panel, that is here. And if you want to add a new image over here, you can always go in and select, click on the upload image, and you can directly upload from your computer or my uploads that is already been uploaded onto the media manager, or recent uploads. You can always go in and do that. So all of these images that are uploaded will be visible here, and that will be visible on the front end of the website. Same as the CMS and other modules, or we also have option for publish and unpublish. So it will work according to this only. If unpublish, then it will not publish on the website. End date and time. So if we want to set any expiration time for this, then we can definitely go in and select end date and time here. Here we see a show on a hero banner. So this is something that for this particular module, and that is why, because on the home page of the website we have a news section over here. So if we want to include this news on the home page of the website, then we need to go in and select this option as a yes, and then we'll select the image and we'll add a short description. That short description will be this description, and date and titles all will be taken from the title and the published date automatically. Similar to the pages module, we have a SEO information, and in that we have already generated a SEO information, that is a meta title and meta description. And similar to the other modules, we have an option here. And why we do not see two options, that is save with other tenant and save as a draft? Because this is already been published to the website. So we cannot save this as a tenant and cannot save this as a draft because this is already a published one. We have all 5 options when we are creating a fresh one. If we are editing any existing one, then we will be having only 3 options. So till now, so far it is clear.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So moving ahead with the next module, that is budget press release and speeches. So similarly, we have the pre-populated data over here as the news and other modules. We can go in and create.
Pardon me, Namal.
Yeah.
Yes, can you create one from scratch just to show us how that basically work out, the press release
Okay.
from the
Yeah.
front end,
Yeah. No problem.
and also show it in the hero image?
Okay. Okay. We'll do that.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. So I'm currently on the press and news release, and clicking on the create page, that will navigate me to the form. This will ask me for inputting the title. Once I'll input the title, it will automatically generate the slug and will ask for the source name, the published date and time. Let me select the past one. So, and this issue is happening because we are on the demo server. So once we go live, this will work properly on the current time zone of the Bahamas. So selecting as a press release, author by, it is same. So adding the content, if I want to go with the all of the elements, I can do that. If I directly want to go with the text block, I can directly select the text block and input the text whatever I want. So for now, let me go with the blocks here, and we'll display all the documents. In that, all the documents description, I'll put something like this, and in that I'll so display one to bills. The layout with the background or layout list with the background or list with the filter. We'll select the list with the background for now. I do not want to keep any limit for now. uh, Extra class, it is same as yes explained previously. So extra class I'm not putting as of now. And after that, let me add the content. Or let's say welcome section. Here I need to select one image. Let's suppose select image, insert media, designation. We can say like that. Test during a demo. Caption, if you want to add any. The content will go here. Right. Okay. If I want to give any link to this section, then I can add the link here. The link type will be external or internal. If it is internal, then I'll have a selection of different modules. So it will be internal basic to the belongs to this particular website only. If it is external, I can add in the whatever link I want to add here. But for now, I'm not adding any link here. And the layout will be the right side or the left side. So the content will be on the right side and image will be on the left side. So if I am selecting right side, so currently the content will go on the right side and image will be on the left side. Now coming ahead with the main news image. This belongs to the content of the news. And now coming ahead with the news image. So selecting the image, going on to the my upload, and we'll select this for now. Selecting only one image. I do not want to expire this news anymore. So on the hero banner, we'll select yes, and we'll need to select a hero banner image as well. So in that, I am selecting this image. It is asking me to delete. Okay. Yeah. So by default, it will take the first image from this image as a hero banner image. And if I want to replace this, then I can replace this. So for now, we'll consider this as an hero image, and the short description that will appear on the hero banner image, hero banner. So that is the short description. So we'll click on the auto generate for now. So that will generate an SEO information by default. And at last, we'll clicking on save and keep editing. Okay, so record had been added successfully. So let's refresh on the front end website. You see the press release here, but it hasn't appeared here. Why? Because we already have a 5 records added on the hero banner. So once we have a less than 5 records, then only the hero banner image as a news will appear here. So currently we have already five records on the hero banner. So that is why it is not appearing here. And let me go to the detail of the page to just show all of these details that we have added. So this is a type press release, date 25th September, author by during source new test news during demo. And the image that we have selected is here. We have selected all documents. So all documents will appear here. And the text block that is here. And now I see there is a no space between these two. So I can go in and add the space over here. And this is the default one on the news detail page. This will come next and previous. So to navigate through, like it will be easier for user to navigate through.
Got a quick question.
Yeah.
So not until I remove one item from the hero section that will appear.
Yeah.
That's what that's saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Items push based on the data desired or priority.
Right. So can that be automated whereby one would be removed or pushed down, or once that is appended onto that hero section? So one will be removed and that will be updated in that area.
Okay. Okay. So at a time, there can be only 5. right? So the last one will be removed, and the new that we have made as a hero banner, that will be appended to the list. That is what you are saying, right?
Yes. So yeah. So if you had a new featured a new hero that would be added in there, the that new one should be to the either the front of that hero image.
Yes, yes. So that will appear over here. So what I'll do is I'll keep the latest record. That means by dates only. So if I am adding for the 25th September, so 25th September record will be on the first place, and rest will follow. And the previous to that, or like the older one, will get removed
Okay.
automatically.
Yeah. Sorry, could we take that a step further and also add in there like the order of precedence? Because in some
Sorry.
instances, order of precedence. So in some instances, like how you saying, once we add something, the latest date will come first and then it pushes the rest off the page. But we may have an instance where we want something to stay as number one, and then the other items come in as number two, three, four, five, and number one stays there for a certain period of time, or even if we wanted to bring back some old content, if once we set that order of precedence, it actually takes that first spot, second spot, third spot, looking at the date. Could we add something like that as well?
Yes, yes. I'll look into that. Like what is best possible. We'll come up with that solution and we'll update you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So shall I move forward?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Now moving ahead with the documents. So as we have seen, all the other agencies, CMS page, news and press releases, it is kind of similar only. We have already pre-populated data over here. We can always go in and edit the anyone, or if we want to add new one, we can click create a page. We also have some options to directly duplicate the existing record, delete the existing one, and click here to see all the approval records. So these approval records will come onto that when we cover the user and role management and workflow. So we'll cover that in our upcoming sessions. And this is the publish and unpublish. If we want to directly toggle publish and unpublish here, we can do that. And there is add to menu. So it is directly given, like if you want to add this page directly to the main menu navigation, then we can click on this and it will directly get added to the main menu navigation from here itself. So let me just edit the first one. As you can see, almost all of the fields will remain same. Just there will be a minor changes based on the module. So it is referring to documents module. So whatever fields we need, we have covered that fields only here. So title we have covered, category, that is we have predefined category for this. The file type, document type is file or links. So we have selected file. Document we have uploaded. If it is a link, then it will ask for a link and the image for the link. And the publish date and expiration date, publish, unpublish, and then as usual, 3 buttons to keep 7 keep editing, 7 exit, 7 cancel. So far it is clear.
Yes, it's clear. Can you provide us some way of just showing us some of the things that would not be a good thing to do? So basically, walk us through some of the things if we are doing a press release. What are the
Mhm.
things we should not do that can cause an error?
Actually, there is nothing in the power panel that will cause an error until and unless there is some server issue or database issue. Right.
Okay.
If you go in and type in whatever you want, you can do that. Always do that and keep editing or 7 exit. Upload whatever you want. because always there is a limitations or the instruction that is given over here. So you can see upload a 15 image at once. The maximum upload size is 15 MB per image. If you are going beyond the 15 MB, then it will directly pop up you the file size is too big.
Great.
Yeah. So all the instructions are given whenever it is needed on the power panel itself. So you can do and you can play around how you want to go with. You can do whatever you want to do with. So there is nothing in case like it will give an error or do or misbehave, something like that.
To that point, is the sandbox area created as yet?
Sandbox, that means?
See, Yaz,
Hello?
Yaz
Hello?
indicated. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, Yaz indicated that was basically a demonstration area where we could just play around and use before the actual site itself. I think it was 2 days to create. But
Yes. So no, that is still in process. We are cloning it, but what we are going to do is we are in process of taking a backup of the existing website.
okay,
Correct? And we are not going to create any of the new instance.
okay,
We are going to allow you to use the same instance.
thank you. You can carry on.
Perfect.
Okay. So similar to the document module, we have other modules that are listed over here is FAQs featuring general order. All of them are kind of same. As I explained, that will the fields may vary according to the module's need, right? So you can go in and play around with any of the module that you want, and you will find all of the informations is kind of similar only. And once you go in, click on edit on the general orders module, you will see the title, the URL, description. In that we have already added a content, the publish date, expiration date, display order, and publish and unpublish, and the SEO information, and 3 buttons that are 7 exit, 7 keep editing, and cancel. So all of these modules, that is a kind of same modules only, that belongs to a CMS, content management system. That is, so we can say as all content can be managed from this particular section which belongs to the pages, right? So say similarly we have international agreements. As you can see, the list is almost same to the previous one, general orders, CMS pages and all. And then once we click on edit or click on add new, it will be the same. Just the fields will get changed based on the module. So here we have a country. The label is a country. And then based on that, we have a URL, then the document that this is signed, the document is signed, date entry of entry into force, and publish date, expiration date, publish and unpublish, and the 3 buttons similar to the previous one. Moving ahead with the next module, that is native disease. So it is a same only. Let's suppose we edit a white rice. Here you will see no alias because we do not have any detailed link when we click on any particular disease. So that is why we do not see any URL over here. The category itself, that is a breakfast, dessert, or whatever we want to select, and the ingredients that are for that particular meal, directions, notes if you want to add any, the publish date and end date, publish unpublish, and all three buttons as usual. So it is clear so far, right?
Yes, it's clear. You had a question regarding one of the news articles, source, basically. In the source section, are we able to make that like a category list so we could add to that category or source?
The reason we have kept it as a text box here, this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So reason this we have kept as a text box here, we can add whatever name we wanted to add. If we give a category, then we'll need to go into the adding a new category. Let's suppose if need arise and the source is not known or source is not existing one that we have previously used, right? So we need to go in and add the new source at a time, and then we'll be able to select that source over here. So that will
So,
be kind of a little much task for the person who is adding this news.
but the thing is that let's say, just to say we create a news category. We have
Mm-hmm,
a news category because we have a situation sometimes that a lot of our information coming from one to two or three sources the most, perhaps. And
mm-hmm,
there are cases where we would have a few other sources outside of that. But
mm-hmm,
it would be good that we can have the ability to add a category source or say a news category,
mm-hmm.
and then we could just have a drop down with that source in there. It
Yeah,
would
we
be
can
good.
definitely. Yeah, yeah, we can definitely put over here the drop down for the source, and
Yeah.
that will be predefined by default 2 to 3 sources, and then you can add as many as you want, and you can select over here.
Yeah, and that also eliminates any issue of naming conventions being mistaken or errors with spelling of the name or perhaps anything of the sort when you're doing the search.
No, no.
You
Actually,
understand?
yes, yes, I understood it. Actually, there is no any limitations over here, so that like there is no issue with the spelling mistake and any other things.
No, I'm talking about the categories.
Yes,
It
in
would
in hello.
yes, yeah, it would help if we have a categories that would be like a fixed
Yes,
amount of.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that there might be less chances to make a spelling mistake and all. Yeah, that is fine.
Okay, you can carry on.
Okay. So after that, we have a notices on the list. So all of these notices are listed over here as similar to the other modules you will see here, and we can click on edit any of the notice. So as you can see, the title, the URL, the source, so source name, the pub type here is a public description. In that we have already added the content, contact number, the image. These all are optional field. So whatever is needed, we can add whatever is needed over here. Publish date, expiry or end date, publish and unpublish, SEO information, and 3 buttons. It's clear so far?
Yes, it's clear. We'll do a few walkthroughs and try to do our testing of our own just to confirm a few things.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem, no problem. You can play around it, no problem.
So are you going to make those changes right away? And do you want us to keep on standby? Or you want to do it after this meeting and get back to us with questions?
You going to take a break now? Okay, can you create a page for the notice section?
Sorry?
Just from a default page, can you create a notice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Test notice during the demo, that is the title. The URL is auto-generated. The source name, that is by default, we have already a source name for that. A type, that is a custom notice. The page content, that is similar to all other modules. We can go in and select whatever the element we want to add over here. Let's suppose I'm selecting a text box.
Seems like that source working as I thought, but seems like that source area is working like I thought it would. Right.
Added the content, the contact number.
On that individual cache.
Okay. The publish date, let me select the previous day. And the publish and unpublish. Click on the auto generate. And we'll see all of the 5 buttons here. I'm clicking on the save and keep editing for now. And we'll copy the URL. And this is the notice that we have created. So the custom notice, that is the category or type. This is the source. This one is the title. This one is the date. The content that I have added over here, that is this one is in bold.
You got it.
Is it clear?
Yes, it is. Thanks.
Yeah. So moving ahead with the next module. That is permits and license. So it is same as we have all the modules listed over here. Let me click on edit anyone. And in this also we do not have any detail page. So this is something we do not have any URL over here. So add the title and the service that it belongs to. We have a multiple selection over here. The category that is belongs to, publish date and expiration date, and all 3 buttons as usual. Similar, coming ahead with the reports module. So it is similar listing over here. When we click on anyone to add it, we'll see a form with the title. In that we'll have a category that this reports is belongs to, the document type as we have seen in the document module, the file and the link. So here we have a file, so we'll get a file upload option over here, the note, additional note, whatever we want to add over here, publish date and the end date, and publish and unpublish. Save and keep editing, save and exit and cancel. Is it clear so far?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Moving ahead with the services module. Similarly, we have a listing of the services, all existing services that are populated on the module. Let's click on the one and edit one. On the service, we have a title and the alias, that is URL being auto-generated. The categories, that we have multiple categories selection over here. Image, that is optional one. Short description and the description. And the address. And all belongs to the Visual Composer, the text editor one. And the publish date, expiration or end date, search ranking, that is we have all the rankings that belongs to the particular website's ranking, display order, publish and unpublish, and SEO information that is already been populated, and all three buttons as usual on all modules. Moving ahead with the next module, that is top officials. So that means the team module, team or board members. So this is the same listing over here. Once we click on edit anyone, the name of that particular person, the URL, the detailed URL for that person, designation, the department for that particular person, email address. There might be they are having a two email address, short description about them, the phone number they are using, secondary phone number, if they have a fax number, secondary fax number, and the extra information that we wanted to put in for that particular person. Agency they belongs to. So there might be some agencies they are managing the member type. So agency, we have a list of all the agencies over here. Member type. So we have all the member types over here. We can select multiple as well. The address of that particular person and the image for that person. So person's photo or anything can be done. By default, we have added a placeholder for that person. If you want to add a new image, we can go in and upload a new image. Facebook and all other social media links that we wanted to include for that person. When we wanted to publish this person's information on the website, publish date, end date, and display order, publish, unpublish. Similar to the other modules, SEO information for that particular person, and all three buttons as similar to other modules. So moving ahead with the next module on the list, tender and tender notices. So it is also a similar one to rest of the other modules. The title, in this we do not have any detail page, so we do not have any URL generation for this. The category, we have defined category over here. The document type, file or link, similar to the other modules. Then we'll have search ranking, publish date and due date, and end date. So this due date means it will just only display the date on the website when we open this document or when you open the page for this document, and end date, that documents will get expired and will not display further on the website.
Can you preview that for us, please?
Sorry?
Can you preview that for us, please? Just show us the page.
This one,
With the
tender
due-
notice.
Yes.
Okay. That will be below. So this is the page, and let me close all of this. Yeah. So the first one is the technology business analyst. So you see here the technology business analyst and due date will be visible here. Once I click on this, it will open the document on the new tab. It is clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So that's it for content management for today. We have covered in this session today the content management of how the different pages can be created and modified according to the user's need.
Namal, we
Right?
have a question.
All
Yeah.
right, so question number one, when you were in the services section, if we had the option to state the category of the service, how do we get that to display on the home page? So if we go to the home page, we have a services area. So right there. So how do we, if we were to create a new service, we wanted it to, and in this section here under my gateway services. So just by selecting the category my gateway, it automatically comes here, or I have to do some additional to get it here.
Yes. So let me go into the services. So let's suppose I am currently viewing the My Gateway one, right?
Right.
So I need to filter it based on the category. So let's suppose My Gateway services are there. I need to see all the 100 records over here. On to the last page once. Where is the My Gateway? Yes. So you see all the service that are belongs to My Gateway here will be displayed here. So let's suppose I'm adding the new one. Okay. And I'll need to select the My Gateway as a category. Image, that is optional. Short description, let me put in short description over here. And the publish date, that let me make it 25, and date I do not want. And you see the display order, that is by default 491, because currently we have added a 491 services over here. So if you want that service to be appeared on the first place, right? So you need to simply click over right over here one, and that will automatically shuffle all of this by one and add the new one on the first place.
Okay, so in the services now, how do I change that image?
This
So,
image?
right, because if I add it as one, you're going to get that certificate looking thing when my service might have something to do with animal, permit, and I want a picture of an animal there instead.
Yeah. So that image is over here. You can go in and upload here.
Okay. All right. So now my
Yeah. Let me edit the existing one, and we'll display that so you will understand it better.
I think that's for us to play. I know, but that's for us to play when we get in the market and stuff.
Hello.
I didn't put one. Yeah. No, because it only holds so much at a time. And then there's a link at the bottom to see all services related to my gateway.
Yeah, it has a limit. All right, Namal. So the service module area,
Mhm.
Shay said the tabs all have a limit, right? For the amount of services can be added to that tab area, right?
Yes, currently we can display eight per tab. But
Okay.
if we want to access all of the services, we have a button here, view all my gateway services. And once you click on that, you will land onto this page and you will see all of the services that belongs to my gateway. If user is going to like looking for a business service, then they can select a category business and it will display all of the services that are belongs to businesses.
Okay.
But on the homepage, we have a limitation, and that is due to the look and feel of the website. We cannot list all of the 400 or 500 services over here, right? So we